Potatoes are a staple of our family life, and for most of us, so are the cars. You can have large ones, medium size and small ones. And the small ones are the microcars, like this Peugeot 108. So let's take it for a spin and see how it measures up. The Peugeot 108 shares the mechanicals, powertrain and engine with the Citroën C1 and Toyota Aygo. This is the second generation of the series. It's been very successful for the manufacturers. The prices of the Peugeot series, which we're driving today, go from about 8,500 to just under 13,000. This particular model is 11,760, but with a few extras added, it's much closer to 12,500. As a microcar, or a city car, it's going to spend a lot of time in traffic, like we are today. It's actually very easy to handle, nice light controls, very good turning circle. The Peugeot 108 sits roughly in the middle of the range of the three, between the C1 and the Aygo. This particular model is one of 10 and is approximately 11,760. The range begins at 8,500 and runs to about 12,900. There are 3 and 5 door models, and unusually they come not just as a hard metal top, but you can actually have a folding fabric roof, a rollback, which they call the top. The comparatively simple small range of 108s is actually powered by a very simple powertrain as well. They're all petrol engines. You have either a 69 PS 1 litre or an 82 PS 1.2, which is in this car. Visibility was good throughout, with a low waistline, all corners in sight, very good wipers and adequate lights for the car's modest performance. In terms of pure styling, the Peugeot 108 is a masterpiece in a mouthful. Flowing compact lines picked out with bright details around the lights or duo paintwork, attractive alloy wheels and carefully shaped lighting units. There's no denying the Peugeot 108 is a beautiful car. You can get comfortable in the car very easily. Plenty of adjustment on the seats for very small drivers or tall drivers. The steering column is quite surprisingly heavy when you actually come to adjust it, and it only goes up and down, and it doesn't actually go in or out. Once you've got that, you've got to get the seat right. Plenty of room on that. The long travel clutch, nice gear change, quite direct, but again also long travel. Most of the controls are held on the steering wheel spokes, so you've got the entertainment system. One of the options on this particular car is the lane warning system and active brake, and that is together just a shade under £400. It's a simple on-off switch, no problem with using it. It has got quite a cheap sounding buzzer. The spec on this Allure includes the rev counter down the side, but there does seem to be quite a bit of wasted space on the right hand side with some blanked off sections of the dial. The in-car entertainment is comprehensive, simply touchscreen, very simple selection. Also covers your telephone, so it gives you all the options there, what you've been doing, who you've been ringing. Audio service allows you to bring in the other bits and pieces from your phone. And then the other clever bit is the car onboard computer, which shows consumption over any given period. You can update it at any time and you can clear it all. For a small car, it's got quite reasonable storage space. They're not huge, but it's useful. The sort of things you would use on a small trip around town. So you can put your water bottles in the door pockets or small bags. You've got some bottle containers here at the front ahead of the gear lever. Another space ahead of the gear lever. Quite a large glove box. And you've got other trays behind. It's a four-seater only. It's quite a tight fit, particularly for knees. Headroom is quite good. The black cloth is standard on this level. We have rear headrests, quite a range of adjustment on those as well. And the split back seats will fold down equally to gradually increase the boot space. One of the standard features of the Allure is having a reversing camera. And although this is only a city or micro car, it's a very handy feature if you're at all nervous about reversing in tight spaces. Ride quality was reasonable. You felt bad bumps and heard how it coped with others, and it rolled a bit around corners, although the handling was predictable and safe. It was slow from standstill. You had to carefully consider overtaking opportunities and be in the right gear. But it did easily hold the motorway limit. However, performance quickly went down when it was laden. So there you have it, the Peugeot 108 PureTech 82. It falls between the Citroën C1 and the Toyota Aygo, but it's also a strong rival to the Volkswagen Up, the Ford Ka and the Renault Twingo. And against those, it's not as cheap as chips.